Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at another amazing marvel from the Steam Workshop. Now this is the Lost Tower. We look at a lot of ships, we look at a lot of rovers. We don't look at too many stations, but this is a ground type station of all of them, and I have to say it is extremely detailed. But before we actually have a look at the tower, it is set in this ruins of this old, what looks to be some sort of port. You've got large tower block buildings, maybe a bit of industry that's been buried under the sand, and you've got plenty of wrecked dockyards that do scatter out to the sides where various ships have crashed, ran out of power in this strange dystopian type future. So let's have a look around the tower and have a look at the cool detailing that we've got going on. So throughout this design, you're going to notice that what they've done is they've damaged a lot of segments. You can see how this part here has been bent back and broken. It looks fantastic. Working their way up, they've got some piping and details, making use of some of these new industrial blocks. The industrial block pack, to be honest, is quite a tasty looking pack, I have to say. You can see the industrial crates there. We've got the girders from the pack there as well. And as we come up into this section, they've made interesting use of this flat armor panel and made this crinkly effect act as solar panels, that I'm guessing. Over on this side, you've got ourselves two landing bays, and what I really like about these landing bays, you just look at the little detailing that they've added to it here. They've got the little railings on the edge, the catch rails in case a ship flips off. You've got various different glowing cables, so the little luminous cables to mount landing. And have a look at this as well. This is a little walkway up the side, and it's protected within this cave that looks extremely industrial, really damn cool. So wrapping ourselves around, we've got a solar panel that's bent down a little bit, maybe to show its age and its sort of decay. Coming over on this side, you can see these various different little bits that have stuck out the side here that are pretty cool. Bits maybe have fallen off over time, maybe there was more attached to this side of the tower at one point. But working our way up here, we've got this little docking area, and what's really cool about it, it looks like there was a claw of some sort of ship that was handling these cargo containers. Little details like this really kind of make a build come together, and you see how it's been bent down. Maybe the ship's failed over time and the claw has just snapped off as it was trying to move the cargo around. Very cool indeed. So over this side, we've got a little outcrop turret pod. Look at that cool ribbon that's been created down the center of the tower, with them panels in that section as well. Really cool indeed. It looks like that panel up there's failed and it's collapsed into that lower segment. Lots of lovely detail here, kind of telling the story of what's happened to this station and what it's been used for. So more cargo docked on the landing gears over on that side, another turret, and as we work our way up a little bit further, you can see we've got more use of the industrial cargo containers that look fantastic, stacked up like that in that storage. We've got an antenna array over on this side, lots of blocks and outcropped areas that are supported by these girders as well, kind of finishing off that industrial theme, but also giving it an element of that it is actually supported. Over here we've got some hydrogen tanks, and we've got ourselves some oxygen farms over there as well. Very cool indeed. What I really do like though is this. Look at this, some sort of array that's been created with camera detail in the middle there. So it's like a giant dish, but this one looks like it's controllable on a small grid chassis. Fantastic use of both large and small ship blocks, to be honest. So continuing to move up, we have ourselves a little bit of wind power powering this thing, more cargo storage, and we're up towards the top deck area. So as I rotate around this area, you'll notice we've got this giant railgun-like turret. We've obviously got these little end caps here that are quite cool. So if I just pop inside here, is there anything going on behind there? No, so they're just like a detailed segment using the small ship blocks. That's really cool. And we've got double barreled cannon. This is all fully functional as well, and as we walk around and explore this place, we'll be able to find that out. And another dish on the top there. So just a real cool external design. So let's go back to our character and let's approach this on foot. So the whole idea of this station, from what I've read, it looks like it's very interactable. It's something the player can explore and kind of work out what's happened here. So down here in this little area, it looks like some sort of storage area or an outer landing pad that's been destroyed. And if we walk around, maybe we'll have access to some sort of door through this segment. So there's nothing there. Let's just move our way around and check for entrance points. So the lower area of the tower looks like it's sealed off. Perhaps there's an entrance point from one of these landing bays. So it looks like we've got access to the upper area from this landing bay that takes us up the staircase. And there is a little door here for us to access. So let's head on inside through an airlock, seal it up behind us. And now we're inside the station itself. So there's a lot of really narrow catwalks that lead through this building into these various little rooms that people can stay in. Quite a cool little idea, but they've also got an elevator shaft here as well. So if you do want to be quick and shuffle up between the floors, so you can move quickly before the residential block and jump ourselves into this area, we've got a little spare parts storage, cryo bay. Let's have a quick check through here. So is this another airlock to the outside? I believe so. This is the one that pushes up and loops around the side here up into this area. Very cool indeed. Let's close the airlock up behind us. So yeah, that's just like a double back on itself into the cryo bay. Cool. And that takes us into here. That is like a larger apartment type building, maybe for someone who's a little bit more wealthier in the apocalypse. It's got some nice views out there across there, as well as some data screens displaying some drone ships. Let's head back out of here and we'll go out through the airlock and work our way up. So now that we're on the outside, we'd continue up through this catwalk area and it would take us into this little area of catwalk and protection. And to enter into here, I'm going to pop that door open, seal up the airlock behind us, don't forget about that because that won't open otherwise. And now we're into A13. So in A13, we've got some nice tilted screens there with a little camera, of course. Oh, look at that, that's cool. So the camera switches on and off. Oh, sorry, the remote switches on and off at intervals. That's a little bit of a funky effect, and it gives you effect that it's used. So over in this area, I believe we do have some... Oh, look at that. Elevator offline. No entry. Very cool indeed. What does this do? Action. Ooh, special effects. So you've got like a little robot that looks like it's popping out and firing something out of his thruster. I don't know if it's fixing up an elevator or it's just a little detailed aspect, but that's cool. That'd be really useful in a little scenario about this place. So that's still offline and out of access in the area. But as we work around, I noticed a few more little interactable events throughout this ship. So we've got a catwalk leading up there. We also have the med bay with this cool little robot. Look at this guy. TB4727. So he has a little sensor arm that comes up and says hello to you. With a cool little sparking effect on the arms, since it's a little bit of a tight one. We've got a cryopod that looks like it's over frozen, possibly filled with someone. I like the idea of that. It gives it a little bit of interactability. It's fun. Let's continue on. So we've got this staircase that leads us up into this area now. We're in the top section of the ship. We've got this cool holographic command center area showing the tower over here. Look at that. That's very fun, isn't it? Yeah, I like them holographic tables. So quite an industrial area, lots of pipes, a little bar on the side. And then as we work our way through the guts of this industrial area, we're then into this larger maintenance area. So you've got parts, spare things, crates. You've got a nice view out the window over this side as well. Have a look at what's left of some of the ports and some of the ships that have crash landed. In the story of this place, they say that some of the robots are still online maintaining it, and that's why it's got power. That's why things look like they're repaired and working. And this leads us back up to the top area, where there is the turret itself. So this turret has been standing here for centuries defending this place. So we can jump ourselves inside and we can activate the remote control. And when we do so, we do have turret control. Very, very cool. So timer 2 fires. And I think this must be like a clang gun. Let's have a quick look. What does it actually fire? Okay, yeah, so it is a clang gun of types that launches these. So let's launch one of these up. So it creates an effect and then launches. Let's actually have a go at a target of some kind. So we're going to activate the camera. We're going to zoom in. We've got some wrecks out there. Let's have a go at this mountain range over here. So let's fire one over there. Oh, there you go. There it goes out with a little bit of an arc. Is it going to be an explosion or is it going to go over the mountain? Oh, it went over the mountain. Let's fire one there. We're not very good at aiming these things, are we? We keep missing them. So you can rapidly fire these things. These would be good against defending off maybe a rover attack. But we've got a wreck over there. We can see what sort of damage it does to that. Oh yeah, look at them. They're quite effective, aren't they? I like this turret. So let's fire 1 or 2 more. And let's also have a quick inspect of some of the damage that we're doing. So we've got this aimed over here. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Let's fire some more. So we've got number 2. I like the little effect they've added there. And now it's just like some of the shots are dropping low. Yeah, they travel quite fast then. I never recommend using sort of clang propelled weapons to this degree. But they do work, and they probably will defend this tower. They do a nice little bit of damage. They're slowly chipping away at the ship. Some of them are phasing through. There we go, fire a few more. Not all of them are exploding. Very, very cool indeed. Lovely tower design. If you're interested in taking a look at this yourself, there'll be a link down in the description below. So there we go, an exploration of the Lost Tower. I have to say some of my favourite parts are definitely the turrets. I like the detailing on the custom built arrays for the antennas, and just the idea of this place being stranded out here in this desolate wasteland ready for players to explore. This would be a great base for a scenario, and there's plenty of other things including the trade stations, maybe even a place to start your survival from. This would make a good position. It's got everything you need to start off, and probably a few wrecks as well to salvage, so the option there as a survival start would be very, very appealing indeed. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.